All right, so this here is going to be our lower body cars. We're going to go through toe cars, ankle cars, knee cars, and hip cars. We'll start with just the toes here. So for this one, we'll just have you start just sitting down on your butt. Feet are flat and pointing straight ahead. Imagine your foot as a tripod. You want 3 points of contact, basically the base of the big toe, base of the little toe, and then the heel are on the ground at all times. And all we're going to do, we want to be able to move our toes individually. So the big toe should move by itself, and then the little toes should move by themselves. So for toe cars, basically what we're doing, little toe stay down, big toe comes up, big toe taps down, little toes come up. Little toes tap down, big toe comes up, big toe taps down, little toes come up. Now if you can't separate them right now, that's totally fine. The more you practice, the easier it'll be. We'll just do one more here. So big toes up, big toes tap down, little toes up, and little toes tap down. That's your toe cars. If you're doing that right, you'll start to feel the arches of your feet working a little bit. You might get some cramping, that's totally fine. Ankle cars, all we're going to have you do, if I'm doing my left leg, take your left arm underneath your knee, and you're going to kind of pull that knee up into your chest. Squeeze your forearm with your lower leg, grab your bicep, grab your shin here. If you're getting a pinch in your hip, you can just sit up on a chair or something like that just to take some pressure off the hip and low back. But if you don't have a pinch, this is my preferred position. So for ankle, we're squeezing that forearm so you feel your hamstring working. Toes come up, toes dive in, all the way down, toes across, toes up and out, scrape across, toes back down, scrape out, all the way up, find center, reverse direction, so toes scrape out, toes dive down, toes scrape across. Here you might get some cramping, toes up and in, toes across, back down, scrape in, back to center. So that's your ankle car. Knee cars, for the knee, we actually have a lot of rotation in the knee, so I want you to feel that first. So basically take your fingers, kind of find your kneecap and drop down a little bit and poke around. You're going to feel a little bump underneath your kneecap. That bump is called your tibial tuberosity. We should actually have some rotation right there. So basically what I want you to do, bracket in that little bump with your fingers like so, pull your toes up. You're going to think about turning your toes in. You should feel this bump move underneath your finger. Rotate those toes out. You should feel that bump moving underneath these fingers here. Toes in, toes out. Look to feel that bump moving around. So that's a nice way just to practice just that isolated rotation. And then to work on the full knee car, similar position to your ankle, just this time clasp your hands together. Toes come up, rotate that bump in, straighten your knee about 70% of the way, rotate that bump out, back down, turn in, out, turn out, back down, reverse direction, kick that leg straight, turn toes in, back down, toes out, all the way straight, toes in, back down. That's your knee cars. Finally, for lower body, we're going to move into hip cars. We'll just do this from all fours. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Think about pushing floor away, hips tucked underneath like so. All we're doing, think knee comes to chest, knee comes up and out. Imagine you've got a hot cup of coffee on your lower back. Don't spill it, so I don't want to see that happening. So knee comes up and out. Turn that heel high. Come all the way up. Try to squeeze your booty. Don't let that happen. Knee comes back to center. Reverse. Kick that heel back. Turn that heel down. Knee tries to find armpit. Back to center. Reverse direction. Knee to chest. Knee comes up and out. Turn that heel high. All the way back. Knee comes to center. Tap down if you need to. Knee drives up. Drop that foot. Knee tries to find armpit. Okay, so that is your hip cars.